Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video on the false flag event that occurred this morning or last night. There was a Batman showing with an individual going in and killing and injuring quite a few other people that were there. This is occurring within a week of the United Nations, of Obama going to the United Nations and signing a treaty banning individuals' rights to have weapons. As soon as I saw the event had taken place and I was making my post on it this morning, I started getting messages that this was false flag. This was a planned event by the Illuminati to promote the ban on weapons. And as soon as I posted it on my page, I had Light Warriors recognizing what's going on and saying it's time to fight. I had Light Workers saying you guys are crazy and need to give up the guns. But a lot of the Light Workers who are holding the higher energy need to realize that these Light Warriors are here to protect and to help bring down the situation with the Illuminati. This event was planned. I can guarantee you all you have to do is look back at all the other events that we've watched happen over the past 20-25 years and see the synchronicities of something like this global ban being signed, global treaty being signed, and then events preceding that which says, oh, here's the reason why we need to sign and do these things. And it happens every single time. It's a final throw of the Illuminati trying to make their moves by creating false flags. It's the same thing that's going on with Iran and Syria and everything else that's going on globally. I find it interesting that Hillary Clinton, who is very obviously working for the corporate structure and trying to take the rights of the public, just went to Egypt and got run out, having tomatoes, which represents assassination, and shoes, which represents the lowest life form getting stepped on, thrown at her by the Egyptians, who did not want her and the U.S. government in their country any longer. A lot of people are waking up and realizing what's going on, and they realize that these same people that are in the Illuminati that are controlling the other governments of the world are they're very much hypocrites, and they are very much against the rights of the people and against sovereignty. They want to control this world. The light workers who are holding the energies and holding some of the highest energies right now, who want to see the weapons go away, and I'm one who wants to see the weapons go away. I want to see our guns beaten into plowshares. But first, we have to have the Illuminati removed from power. And I want all light workers to realize that what is occurring right here in the United States in 2012 and with the United Nations and even with the Olympics is the same thing that happened in the 1930s and, say, 1936 with the German Olympics. The reason why Hitler was able to maintain power is because they took the weapons from the people, and the people were forced into World War II, which killed tens of millions of people. The same thing is happening again right now. History is repeating itself. For the light workers who think that we need to just give up the weapons right now, please rethink that, and please realize that your light warrior brothers who are willing to take a stand and protect you are willing to give up their lives. They're willing to die to protect you, to change this planet, to protect their families, to protect their rights, to protect their sovereignty, to protect their God-given rights. to live peacefully on this planet. A lot of the light workers do not understand that. I come from the South. I come from guys that are very much in protection mode, and I understand both sides of the situation. I also am a fully trained warrior, and I hold some of the highest light. So as a light worker, light warrior, I'm pretty much full spectrum here. I want you all to realize that there are going to be many more false flag events just like this that are going to happen. In prophecy, we have two major events that will happen in Europe in 2 of 3 cities, London, Paris, or Rome. These events in prophecy look to be nuclear. We also know that the Illuminati uses the same numerology that those of us on the light side use. A lot of people who are heavy into the religions don't understand the use of numerology and certain dates as power days for energy flow and how that works. The Illuminati do sacrifices of hundreds and thousands of people on certain dates, as those of the light workers do ceremony, combining their power to amplify geometrically the power of everybody else participating as we gather and do ceremonies on those certain days, which are also the same PowerPoint days. August 11th, 2012 is going to be one of those PowerPoint days. Those of us of the light workers know that we're going to have very high fifth dimensional energies coming in on that particular day. And with those high energies that will be coming in from August 11th through August 16th, setting up for the end of this year for the 12-12-12 and December 21st. Those of us light workers that know about those energies know that it will amplify our powers of manifestation. Right now, with the frequencies that are incoming and the intensity, the volume of light, our thoughts and emotions are manifesting our intent into reality very quickly. The dark side knows this as well as the light side knows this. Many of the people that are just now waking up to this might not realize what's going on. Now, on August 11th, the day before the Olympics ends, it's said that there'll be a false flag attempt. I would hope that we could neutralize this from the light side, but I've got many other friends that are telling me that it might be needed to wake up humanity and the rest of the world as to what's going on right now. You see the buildup of all the military that's going on in London, and you also know about the nuclear weapons that got lost, several hundred of them, about 400 and some odd, that were disappeared from the Soviet Union after it's collapsed in the early 90s. And many of these weapons got in the hands of terrorists who we're now founding as our government. The Rockefellers and Rothschilds, the Bushes and the British monarchy, and so much other of the Illuminati, the whole pyramid that falls below them. Anyway, just several years back, there was a plane load of nuclear weapons with triggers intact that was shipped from the Dakotas down to Barksdale Air Force Base in Shreveport, Louisiana. This was done unpapered and without proper notice, and it was also a designed false flag event where some of these bombs could get removed from the United States weapons stockpile. And there were whistleblowers that were related to that were also killed because of the information that they gave out. If you notice, whether it's 9/11 or Fukushima or the Gulf oil spill or those weapons there, people get killed every time they start telling stories. And this is just part of the games that are going on. Anyway, those weapons that were going, that ended up in Shreveport, it was reported were going to the Rockefellers. And we know that the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds have either already got or are seeking out nuclear weapons. And they control the money. And of course, they can bomb. Money's not a game to them. And people that aren't really spiritual, who have access to these things, will let weapons go for money. They care more about the money rather than what can happen to the planet. Anyway, back to the event last night at the Batman movie. This is all setting up for the removal of weapons from the civilian population so they can't defend against the New World Order. There'll be a false flag event that is coming up at the London Olympics if we are not able to energetically focus our intent to stop this. That will be by design, and it's supposed to continue the war on terror, which it is the guys that are promoting the war on terror that are the actual terrorists and in control of the military and the monetary system and everything else. And if they can remove the guns from the civilians around the world, then we have no ability for the 99% to fight and defend themselves against the 1%. Same thing that Hitler did in Germany. So light workers, light warriors, you got to know that you're on the same side of the team. You're just both ends of the spectrum of the light side. And please, please, please start seeing it from the other side's perspective. The light warriors need to start raising your frequency and realize your thoughts are creating your reality. And that is exactly what the Illuminati wants to do with the false flag event as the fifth dimensional energies come through. They want to have a nuclear bomb go off. They want to create so much fear and chaos that you go, oh, and see, you got to understand, they feed off the fear and the chaos. But they want us to give up our rights. They want us to be scared and in fear and say, oh, you know what's best to rule over us, to take care of us, to guide us through this. And everybody knows about Agenda 21 and the Georgia Guidestones, and that the United Nations believes that 95% of the world's population needs to be removed from this planet. And so that I wish they would allow us to go ahead and ascend, because we would have 95% of the people off the planet. You could have the whole 3D Earth. So anyway, it's just, it's all the different sides of the same big picture. But realize that what happened last night at the Batman movies was a false flag event, and we've got more coming. There is, by prophecy, going to be a nuclear bomb in either London or Paris, and then one in Rome. And so this is what's up and coming. I hope we can shift it. I don't say these things to create fear. I don't say these things to create chaos, but we've seen enough of the prophecy that has come to pass that these last remaining ones, which we see setting up, looks like they could indeed come to pass. And so when we say these things, this is where to focus your light. Now, the guys for Anonymous, you newbies that are looking for ways to get information that you're hacking into and getting out there, get it to your news hubs. Get it to your other light workers that get this information out to the world. I've seen a lot of the newbies in Anonymous say, what do we do with the information we're finding? Get it so we can share it. And everybody, share this information everywhere. Wake up the world, wake up the planet. This is what's going on. All right, I'm coming up to 10 seconds. Stay in your heart.